Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to whoever's in the world you are streaming here on Twitter, on YouTube, as well as Twitch. It is a Friday. It is a glorious Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend a lot. Just got off the tennis court. I am exhausted. Got out of the shower. I have had myself a non-alcoholic Friday beverage. And I have one more stream remaining before the weekend gets here. Can't think of a better place to do it than spending it with you all. Welcome to another Q&A with Wob. Your opportunity to say what's up, what's on your mind. I'll be here for the next 45 minutes or so, unless there's a police chase, of which there just was. There was in the 77th Division here in Los Angeles, and the suspect drove into a house. It must be the end of the month and a Friday if people are driving into houses at 3:15 p.m. You know what happens when people get paid here in Los Angeles, especially on Fridays? They get into police chases. So there's some anticipation for that happening tonight. We do have birds in the air. The media was en route. So that could happen at any time. The problem is I'm headed to go play in a poker game a little bit later tonight. So I unfortunately will not be able to broadcast any chases that occur after like 7 o'clock. With all of that said, what's happening? What's happening? Gosh, already Nixon 7. Do we have to talk about this? You guys have to understand, I come in here for therapeutic reasons. I can talk basketball if that's what you guys want, but that's all I do all day for depending on the day and the games that are on. For me, it's either, let's see, 3-hour show plus hour-and-a-half show plus 2-hour show. 6.5 hours of basketball talk. That's other than the Bleacher Report show. Potentially 7.5 hours of basketball talk every single day. I hope you understand why brain is mush talking about basketball. Hopefully Nixon 7. Okay. Hopefully. I'll just repeat myself for those of you joining us. What you need to look out for in that game 6. So the Pacers know that Karl Anthony Towns knows. And what I'm referencing is Cat is aware of the weak side help that is being sent from Andrew Nembhard from the opposite corner, free throw line extended, and he's been beating it to the punch. He's been beating Nembhard to the spot. So now will the help on Cat, if he has Siakam down on the block, will it come from somewhere else? And I do think the answer is yes. My big prediction is Game 6 relies on the shoulders more the fingertips of Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. I think the Pacers will voluntarily choose to leave them open, and Cat's going to end up deferring to them a lot, and they're going to have to knock down a lot of corner threes to make Rick Carlisle adjust his defense. I think that's what's coming for a Game 6, and Cat's going to really have to process on the fly. They're going to be changing coverages real quick. In addition to that, I know I just said I can't talk about basketball anymore, but Cat's got to stay out of foul trouble. The Knicks have to, of course, limit the Pacers' opportunities in getting out into the fast break. How is that done? That is done by getting to the free throw line. That is done by getting the interior defenders for the Pacers to commit to dribble penetration so that they can't leak out, hit outlet passes, and already be cheating down the floor into the front court, which means you're going to need a lot of Karl Anthony Towns. And I thought Rick Carlisle did the Knicks a favor by only playing Aaron Nesmith 15 minutes in Game 5. He's the only guy on the floor that can disrupt the flow of this kid and Jalen Brunson. That is just, he is playing so well. So well. He had a monster game last night. Monster. All right. What's up, chat? The Knicks come back to win in 7. What would that be the equivalent to the Toon Squad? No. First of all, the Knicks were favored to win this series. What were we saying when the Rockets Warriors series went from 3-1 to 3-3? You know, this wouldn't be the first time a 3-1 comeback was completed. If anyone can do it, it's these basketball cockroaches. Am I concerned with the officiating in Game 6? Why would I be concerned with the officiating? What is your guys' News source. That's the first thing you think about. This game will probably be Scott Foster and Tony Brothers. It'll be one of the two, because then the other will be held for a Game 7 in New York. I can't do the referee discourse anymore because you people actually believe the conspiracy theories now. I'm not being a hypocrite calling you out for it. The difference was when I was making we were joking. Everyone knew we were having no one was actually serious. People are serious now. It's no fun. The internet is, you guys should have been here in the 2010s, and that was when it was at its best. Sorry, I keep being that nostalgia merchant, but it's true. Everything's been ruined. Join me. And I was thinking about going, so I could get to Indianapolis. Yes, there is a flight that leaves tomorrow morning that is reasonably priced. To get there direct on American Airlines. The only problem is I'm not, and I don't mean this in a vain kind of way, but I'm not sitting in the crowd getting potentially my ass kicked by some unruly Pacers fan. I understand there's a lot of nice people out there, and I could be very normal and civil and have a beer with any of you as well. It's not you that I'm worried about. It's the one that ruins the party. So I'm just very obnoxious. I only go to NBA games if I'm sitting on the floor with the media credential or up in a suite. All right. And if I can't pull that off, that's a long way for me to go to just turn it around and come back. It's different flying from New York when I did this in 1994. It was such a quick flight to Indianapolis. Back on ATA. ATA was the hub for Indianapolis. They flew direct to LaGuardia. You could get there in like 50 minutes. It was so easy. I went to so many Colts games that way. But I'll drink a beer for you tonight. How about that? But yeah, unless I get a call from like Ben Stiller or something, I don't think it's going to happen. What else? OG and Bridges are due for a big Game 6 back-to-back 1-for-7 performances from OG. Yeah, it's time for him to start shooting well again. It's been a roller coaster with him this season. When he's on, he's on. He certainly was able there to carry the load when Jalen Brunson was down in March. He absorbed a lot of that usage. Yeah, I was waiting in the post-game press conference for questions about Nesmith. I didn't see anything personally. Perhaps because he had the ankle injury, he banged knees with Karl Anthony Towns. Maybe one of those injuries flared up, and Carlisle just doesn't want to tell us that because that would be information very privy to the New York Knicks that they can use to their advantage. Maybe that's what's going on. But they need Nesmith out there. I told you, I knew this is going to be another police chase. Got another chase. Let's see if media is, God, it's going to happen all day. I know the moment that I leave, media's en route. We're going to have a police chase here soon, people. So this is unfortunately going to be a quick stream. While we're here, tell you guys when shout out to our partners at ProfitX. Tomorrow, curious what the line is. Let's see. 3.5. God, I have no interest in that. But what I do have an interest in is some more player props. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. Nesmith, there it is. What on earth to do with Aaron Nesmith? God, my scanner's going crazy right now. All the choppers are en route. Let's see. Siakam, Benedict Mathurin. Mathurin 9.5? After those back-to-back games that he had, 20-plus points in 12 minutes. And then last night was like 17.5 minutes. Jeez. Yeah, this is going to be a big. This is an OG game for me. This might be an OG over 16.5 game. Let's see. Let's fire away. He's going to get so many opportunities, man. So many opportunities as Karl Anthony Towns gets to collapse on top of him. Say, this is a little preview, I think, of what I'm going to be posting on Twitter, but OG Anunoby over 16.5 is probably my bet for tomorrow. Just at a pure usage. If he's getting up 7 to 8 threes, I feel good about that number. He's going to be asked, the Knicks are going to be asked to play so many minutes after they only ran in the mid 30s in game 5. They're ready to go. Chat's quiet today. What are you guys doing? Fridays are always quiet in the chat. Are you guys actually touching grass? Have you guys finally logged off for once? I should be talking, right? Who am I speaking to? They wouldn't be answering that if they were out Friday, summer, out doing cool shit. OG will cause Pacer fans to remember your face. What face are you talking about? Oh, the cockroach face? It's, yeah. You get the show. What else you guys got? Talk to me. We might have to bail here in a minute for a police chase. Yep. All right. I got to bounce, people. It's been a pleasure. I'll be back in a little bit. I got to run and do a police chase. We'll check back in, refire the stream after, depending on how this goes. But you guys have a good weekend. Okay. I'll be back online momentarily.